Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and I'm so glad you're here today. I hope your day is going fantastically blessed and well, and if it's not, I hope it gets just a little bit better. But I'm glad you're here today for a new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. All we ask is 30 minutes of your time to give you the top 10 things you need to know to live your best life and or grow your business. See something interesting, hear something interesting, want to be on the show, got a tip or thought for me, DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, or check me out at RamonRay.com. So let's dive right into it, or as sometimes I say, let's get with it. Today's Rundown with Ramon show. Let's begin right now. Ding, 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 ding. Marketing your small business like a corporation on the budget or on a budget. I saw this interestingly from Patch.com, which has a lot of local marketing things written by Mark Laplew. And Mark says, how do you market your small business, but like a corporation on a small business budget? And Mark gives a few things you need to know. And I think one thing that's very important: what is your marketing strategy that you're going to use? It's easy to want to be in business. It's easy to want to have customers. But did you know a marketing strategy, or the marketing strategy that you have, is absolutely important? If you don't have a strategy, know how you are or are not going to do it, things may not be well. What about setting clear goals for your marketing? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Have you identified even who your target market is? Who are you marketing to? What is your plan? What are you doing? Do you know who your competition is? It's this article on Patch.com. What about finding your niche? Now, I know we hear that quite a bit, the aspect of finding your niche, go narrow, 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 narrow. I get it. Some of you are thinking, Ramon, I don't want to go too narrow. But when you find your niche, it doesn't mean you can't grow from that, but to understand who specifically needs help from you. What about brand awareness? Maybe people aren't buying yet, but do enough people know about your brand? Building credibility. Do you have credibility in the marketplace? Do people, and credibility means kind of ish like trust. As we go to kind of a big pillar two, do you have an engaging website? Is your website looking good, or does it look something like out of a 1930s busted backwards movie? And movies in the 1930s, I'm sure, are good, but you get my point. This is not the 1930s. We can do things with a bit different quality. And part of your website is great SEO. Don't forget mobile devices. Don't just look on your website on a screen that's that big when people are scrolling on it, beep, 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 scrolling on it on a smaller factor phone. Leveraging Google's marketing options. Google and Facebook and other social platforms have some pretty good ways that you can market your business. Are you leveraging the power of social media? Now, I know many of you are saying right now, Ramon, stop. I am tired of hearing about social media. I get it. But it's an important way that you can grow your business. And I wouldn't say it's free. I don't like to call it free because the time and energy that has to be put in it does cost money, as it were, because that's time. But social media marketing is important. Choosing the right social network. Another tip here they talk about on Patch.com is, are you implementing email marketing correctly? Email marketing is not dead. It's not going away, and it can still be a great way to build your business. The power of content marketing. Are you blogging on a consistent basis? Social media marketing is part of that. Are you doing video? Is your quality of content high? What about the power of leveraging customer reviews? What about leveraging customer reviews? Is that something you're doing or not doing? So my point being is that marketing is very important, but even if we're a small business, even for us small business owners, that does not mean we have to act or operate like we're a small business. Once again, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're joining me. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored several books. I'm here to help you grow your business or live your best life. So thank you for being here on The Rundown with Ramon as we continue on helping you do just a bit better. Let's see what's next on The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. 3 mistakes leaders make during layoffs and We don't just want to know about the mistakes, but we want to know, how do we avoid them? Our friends at Fast Company talk about this. This is written by Mita Malik, who talks about some mistakes that leaders make. One is laying people off over email. I get it. You got to lay off, especially 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people. I guess an email may be a faster way to do it. But when you got to lay somebody off, especially for us small business owners, it's good to have that conversation. Sit down and tell them, got to have a tough conversation. Let's talk about it. And especially, I wonder now, I know the dilemma is, do you tell them ahead of time, like say, hey, in 6 months, in 3 months, in 30 days, we're going to have to lay people off or slow things down if based on the economy. So I know these are dilemmas nobody wants to think about too much, but you don't want to lay off people via email, says this article in Fast Company magazine, written by Mita Malik. Next up, ghosting someone who's been laid off. Somebody is laid off. When I experienced a layoff, there was a mix of emotions, writes the author. I struggled with anger, sadness, shame, shock, and embarrassment. One of the most painful things I experienced was former bosses and employees distancing themselves from me. In some cases, individuals I was once close to completely ghosted me. Now, that's not cool, and I get it. Maybe you never liked them in the first place. Maybe you weren't close in the first place, and you were just close to them only because they worked with you. But when you ghost somebody after they've been laid off, it leaves a yucky feeling. And let me tell you, I bet you wouldn't want to be ghosted if you got laid off, would you? So don't ghost people when they're laid off. And number two, as a leader, don't make it all about you. Article says here, once when I experienced a layoff, my former manager cried and then started sobbing during our brief conversation. You still got your job and you sitting there crying and making a fuss, and I'm the one being laid off. It's not all about you. Again, says this amazing article. These are things we need to think about. Ding, 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 ding. Key lessons from Amazon's customer service chatbot. I've bought from Amazon, and most likely you bought from Amazon. I believe everybody in the developing world has bought from Amazon once or twice or a billion times in our life. Amazon's service chatbot is doing well. More businesses, are using AI in customer service, where it's not just the script. Say yes, and then based on a yes or no answer, give more. Do you want directions, or do you want returns, or do you want security? And you answer. That's not AI, but AI is infusing a bit more intelligence into it. And Amazon, it seems to be, is some of the leaders in this. BCG's How Generative AI is Already Transforming Customer Service report sheds light on its transformative impact on customer service. Generative AI, exemplified by tools like ChatGPT, is increasingly seen as a driver of significant productivity gains. For instance, says the article here, renewable energy group Octopus Energy's implementation of AI for customer service email led to an 18% increase in customer satisfaction. If you think AI is going somewhere, if you think AI is not important, if you think AI is not something you need to use, you've got another thing for you, because AI is important. You can revolutionize generative AI. That's what Amazon's doing, revolutionizing with generative AI. Transitioning to proactive service, shifting from traditional reactive approaches to proactive services using the power of AI, which is important. Broad accessibility and ease of use, cost-effective AI innovation. Listen, I can go on and on and on here about this, but we can't tackle how to use AI in your business in this little chat here. But I'm encouraging you, don't stick your hand in the sand, or head in the sand rather, or your hand, and think that you can ignore AI. It's a powerful game changer for your businesses. And did you know, ding, 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 that this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. For those just joining, glad you're here today. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books here to help you start your best life or grow your business. And I'm glad you're here with us today on the Rundown with Ramon. Survey says Americans trust small businesses, by the way, more than any other institution, says a survey from Pew. Very interesting. And I think we smaller businesses can use this as an asset as we build our companies. Yes, the larger companies have more resources, more runway, more money, but we small businesses can do as well. We can make a difference in the world. Different than large companies. We want large companies to be in charge of our airlines and our food and all that, right? We don't want big companies to add the systems and procedures and sustainability and consistency that we like. But even us smaller businesses, we can do a lot. as well. So, hey, Pew Study says that people trust a small business owner. I'm sure this is not all people, but there's something there. So, my question for you is this: what are you doing to build trust in your customers? What are you doing day in and day out? Wait for it, to get people to trust you and to keep building that trust. And you should leverage it. As a small business owner, there's a lot of things that we can do, such as smiling, such as a handshake, such as great customer returns, such as follow-up, such as keeping our words, such as our branding, to ensure our clients and our customers want to remain and always be trustful of us. Ding, 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 ding. Strengthening relationships, the power of self-connection. Hey, everybody, again, here from Amelia Antonetti, founder of Designing Genius, Strengthen Relationships, the Power of Self-Connection. Says Amelia Antonetti. Let's explore why self-connection is crucial and how to embark on this transformative journey. So how do we do that? One way is with the power of self-understanding. The power of self-understanding. That's one way to. Another way is self-compassion. How can you be more compassionate in each one of your interactions? What about the power of self-care? How are you able to care for others going in day by day by day? Yes, but also to care for yourself. Self-care is important because if you're not good, if you're not healed, if you're not on point, if you can't move forward, you can't serve others. What about setting boundaries? Knowing your limits and setting healthy boundaries is essential. It allows you to protect your well-being while also fostering respect in your relationship with others. Setting boundaries. Mindfulness is important. Practice mindfulness to stay present in the moment. Be aware of your thoughts and feelings can help you better understand yourself. So are you mindful? Are you going around life not mindful? Seeking growth. Embrace personal growth and self-improvement as lifelong endeavors. Continuously, by the way, work on developing your skills, values, and your character. This is important. Great insight from Amelia Antonetti of Designing Genius. Are you enjoying the Rundown with Ramon? As you listen, is this helping you? Are you getting at least one nugget in from that? If you are, DM me on Instagram. Let me know that this is helping you. Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. You can find me at the platforms. Let me know on the channel you're watching this on that the Rundown with Ramon is helping you in some way, shape, or fashion. Ding, 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 ding. My employee helped a fired colleague get a new job and lied about it. Well, this is really not funny, I guess, but my point is, these are things that happen, written by Allison Green on Inc.com. These are things that happen, and I wonder how it feels. I own a small business, and a year ago hired an employee on a work visa, Meg. While at my company, she met another employee, Belinda, who I ended up firing a few months later due to numerous problems. But knowing that they were made friends, I did not discuss with Meg my reasons for firing Belinda. Asked her to keep the information confidential. Bottom line, a few months later, I had dinner with Meg as we get forward to this. And her fiance, a friend, managed the liquor store. What's he saying here? And bottom line, asking me why I thought Belinda did not perform well. Goes on and on and on. The whole story goes. Point being, my employment contracts have a non-competition clause asking employees not to hire current or former employees within 4 months after their departure. So technically, Meg and Belinda didn't breach the conditions, but she felt betrayed. So here's the question. These are things that go on. I didn't unpack this story fully, but it seems like, how do you feel when somebody else you know helps somebody else gets a job and they lie about it? They're not really upfront about it. How does that make you feel? Is that a good thing, bad thing, a good feeling, bad feeling? Do you feel kind of guilty about it? We're humans, so we're going to feel things about certain things. And I wonder, how does that make you feel? How would that make you feel if somebody you knew, one of your colleagues, helped an employee get a job and the person you like lie about it and the person you knew lied about it? It means both people kind of lied about it. How would it make you feel? So there's no answer on this. I don't have something. It's just something to think about. That when you do actions, when you do things, I would dare say, as much as you can, make sure you do it on the up and up. Moving forward here, ding, 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 ding. Point number 7, all customers are the same and all customers are different, writes Seth Godin. Here's what Seth Godin says. Customers are why you're here. They pay the bills and they are the primary driver of your growth. But each adds a different amount of value to your organization and the journey that you're on. The customer who spends 100 times as much as the average customer might be worth considerably more attention and care. The customer who has feedback that will help you understand how to serve similar customers might be worth listening to more closely. The customer who has influence and status may very well earn more attention and care than others. It's okay to treat some customers differently, but first it pays to figure out who you're dealing with and why you want to reallocate your resources. Let me read that again. The customer who has influence and status may very well earn more attention and care than others. It's okay to treat some customers differently, but first you have to figure out who you're dealing with and why you want to reallocate your resources. This is important to understand because indeed all customers are different, but it's not just the dollar value that makes a customer special or not. It's often, I would dare say, maybe should be more than just the dollar value. Think about really what that customer is worth on the bigger level, on this higher level, before you make a decision. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. If you weren't here, it would be a lonely show. So I'm glad you're taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here today and learn how to grow your business, learn how to take your life to the next level. Let's dive into the next clip here. The next thought on The Rundown with Ramon is ding, 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 ding. What is your financial freedom number? Do you know what that number is? If you want to make enough money to live a great life, start by setting your freedom number. I don't know what that is. I'm not even sure if you know what that is. I'm the founder of a 8-figure company, it says here. And interestingly enough, a while back, he was the 30th employee at Facebook and never knew what his freedom number was. So if you think about what number do you need to be happy, you have your rent, you have your food, you have your savings and investments. What is that per month that you would need, to have your freedom? Now, I don't think it should be the lowest number in the book, but here's a few things. First, it's doable to set that number. And it says here, my idea of the freedom number hit on the precisely right ingredients for motivating a serial starter. This is important. Second, it's concrete and urgent that you can get that number. Finally, my goal had a very specific number attached, and that focuses your mind on what that matters in business. So I ask you, what is your freedom number? What number do you need to be free? What number do you need to have the success that you want or that you think you need to have? And as you're thinking of that number, that's a goal that you can hit and reach. Is it better to start a business alone or with a partner? I often think about this for myself, and I don't know if there's a right answer here as I've built 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, speak around the world. Sometimes I must say I do get a bit lonely, and I wish I had a partner in my business. Now, I have a great number of freelancers and contractors who work with me, but I don't have a partner per se in my business to think with me about growing the entire business. And so the question here on allbusiness.com, written by Mary Sullivan, asks, is it better to start a business alone or with a partner? That's a great question to ask. And I don't think there's a right answer. I think it depends. I think it really depends. And it depends on this. If you can get a partner, especially someone you trust, somebody who adds complementary skills to you and can pull their weight, a partner can be great. But if you can't find that person, just having somebody, so I'm not alone, might be more or worse off than it is by you having a partner. So should you start a business with or without a partner? There's no right answer. There's no right answer because decision-making can be difficult. And if you have a partner, they can help you. They can help you do that. Another con here says you need to choose a suitable organizational structure to meet the needs of all partners. Should it be LLC? Should it be S Corp? Should it be C Corp? What's the exit strategy? What happens if things go wrong? So there's many ways you can do it. Maybe you can hire a high-level COO, hire a high-level project manager. Maybe you don't need a partner per se, but there's many ways, as it were, to skin the proverbial wheel. You know what I mean. Again, everybody, this is The Rundown with Ramon. If you just started, I'm so glad you're here today. All I want to do is one thing and one thing alone, help you build your best life or build your business. And I'm so excited, so happy that you're on today's Rundown with Ramon. Let's move forward to our next thought of the day. Ding, 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 ding. Leverage in business relationships, writes an amazing writer here, Jason Duncan. The importance of leveraging. Leveraging in relationships is important, and leveraging in relationships means not that I get from you only, not that you get from me only, but that we can mutually work together to grow. Leverage is not just about money, it's about relationships too, says Jason Duncan. And this is important to consider, this is important to think about. Leverage is a delicate dance of give and take, says Jason Duncan at The Real Jason Duncan. And I want you to keep this in mind as you're building your businesses, as you're leveraging relationships. How can you get the most, not only out of your business, but out of the humans, out of the people that you work with day in and day out? This is how you build a business that's built to last, how you build a sustainable business. By leveraging the power of relationships. And I want you to do that every single day. As I said before, if you're liking this content, if you're liking this information, definitely join me at zoneofgenius.com. And I always want you to remember these things. I want you to be clear on what you really, really want. Be clear on what you really, really want in life and in business. Because if you don't know what you want, how can you telegraph that to others what they want? Ask yourself, do you want to be in business? Being in business is not easy. Being in business is hard. Being in business is tough. It is tough. It is hard work. Ask yourself, though, do you even want to be in business? Understand, this is not Shark Tank. This is not a TV show where there's a soundtrack, a music is commercial breaks. No, this is real life. This is taxes. This is husbands. This is wives. This is kids. This is the real deal. Things happen. Life happens. Sadness comes, joy comes, but you still got to press on. You still got to move forward. You still got to go forth. I want you to ask yourself as well, are you hungry enough to be in business? Are you hungry enough to do the things you need to do, to carry the discipline you need to do to get to the next level? Think about the prices you have in business. Are they too high? Are they too low? Are you the cheapest person on the block, going towards a lower margin and not having enough profit margin even to grow your business? I want you to ask yourself, I want you to think, what do you do best? What do you do better than anybody else? When you get these things dialed in, this is how you grow your business. This is how you live a great life. Listen, I'm far away from where I should be as an entrepreneur, but I'm so happy today that you're joining me on The Rundown with Ramon to take things to the next level. And whether it's AI, whether it's personal development, whether it's mindset, whether it's sales, there's some things in business, transactionally and strategies that go forever that you'll need to know. But most importantly, as we talked about today, leverage the relationships that you have to go forward and live your best life. Once again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Let me know how I can serve and help you. And again, thanks for listening to The Rundown with Ramon.